the dogs of the Dow is a bona fide strategy that had great returns for a long time. And the logic of it is pretty obvious. It's undervalued, underloved, high yield stocks a lot of times. We haven't looked at it recently because the market's been so hot. How have the dogs underperformed in recent years?
And they've underperformed pretty badly this year.
So the strategy hasn't been working.
Not lately. Now, let's detail what the strategy is. Typically, you take the 10 out of the 30 Dow stocks at the end of a year that have the highest dividend yields, and you buy those in equal weight and say that they're going to come back. It's essentially a mean reversion strategy, value strategy, and they've not been great.
In a flatter down market, it was a pretty good strategy.
It was very good for a long time, especially when you had kind of, when the Dow itself was a little more kind of homogeneous. It was mostly industrial, so you kind of said, okay, if these guys are on the outs, it's not because of the sector, it's because they're just neglected. So you can take a look at the 10 dogs of the Dow this year. In other words, coming into this year, this is what you would have bought an equal amount. You see, from Verizon, you have both the big pharma stocks in there, both the big oil stocks in there. Cisco, Merck, and Pfizer have basically kept you afloat. And this is price returns, not total returns with dividends. Obviously, GE, the biggest drag, Procter & Gamble as well. So you net it all out, and the portfolio is down slightly without dividends, up a little bit less than 2% with dividends. Of course, the overall Dow is up close to 5% with dividends.
You have to do dividends with the Dow.
Absolutely. It's total returns to kind of half the point. So, it's part of the value stock underperformance, right? I mean, in general, these stocks are going to be the cheap ones. You only have Cisco in there as a tech stock. And so it's not so much saying that this strategy doesn't work anymore. It's just this isn't the kind of market that's tuned into it.
You know what? This is one of the, I'm glad I suggested this.
Yeah.
This has been one of your best, I think.
Imagine the coincidence that the one you suggested is one of the
weird.
best. Yeah.
It's weird. It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. No, but we haven't talked about the dogs of the Dow in at least 5 years. We used to talk about them all the time. Sam Stovall talked about he's right here.
See, back in the day, right, it was a little bit of
Sam's dad talked about
You didn't talk about
the dog in this
much.
picture?
Yeah, and we get to play who let the dogs out and all those. We did. It used to be a thing.